but and because. These are the two most hideous, most dangerous, and power sucking words, especially from a leadership point of view. And we use these two words all the time without realizing what is the negative impact, what is the downside of using them. And I say that one of them, but is a fake, and the other one, because, is a story. And I want to explain what is the drawbacks, what we don't see, what we don't realize is the curse or even the pitfalls of using these two words in our everyday language. So the word but is a dangerous word because it invalidates whatever comes before that. And normally we use language like, I trust you, but whatever. I want to hire you, but. So what the word but does is basically it makes whatever was the preceding part false, especially for the listener. So if I say to somebody, I trust you, but you have to prove this to me, or you have to prove this in results, that immediately invalidates that I trust you. It makes it appear false, even if it was honestly expressed or not. Irrespective of that, but has that effect. And we use this so many times. Like we use language like, I would love to come to the party, but, rather than simply being honest about that there's something else and I'm choosing not to come to the party. I love you, right? We use this word, I love you, I care for you, but. And we don't realize that. We use this all the time. So, but invalidates whatever comes before that, and it takes away our power because we use language like this. We say, I trust you, we say, I believe in you, and we follow that with a but. And the power move here is to replace but with an and actually do it sincerely, like you mean it, and not just as a strategy or a tactic. So you can say, I love you and this is what I would like you to do. I trust you and this is what I would like you to see doing better. And that actually adds to the relationship, that adds to whatever work that you're trying to get done, and that reduces any chance of misunderstandings or friction or an emotional friction in relationships, but creates emotional friction. Nobody likes to hear but. So that's but. Coming to because is another dangerous word. So for but, it invalidates what comes before it, but because leads to a fake reason after it. And that is the reason which you most likely, you genuinely believe whatever that you say after because as the truth. So the pitfall or the curse of using because is that you create a connection between two things when there is none. You are making that connection up. When you say, I can't do this because, then because is linking these two statements. I can't do this, and because I have no time, I have no money, I'm not skilled, whatever it is. This is never the truth. You are creating that connection by using because, and especially when you use it in terms of I can't do this or anything like that, you're holding yourself back. Let me give you an example, right? Somebody recently told me they cannot invest in marketing because they do not have a marketing budget, or their marketing budget is limited. So what they effectively were telling me that I want to have more marketing, want to have a bigger visibility for my brand, for my company, but they can't do it because they don't have a budget. Now, both of these statements are actually true, that you don't have a budget, right? So they have a particular amount in the bank which they can go and check. They have a marketing budget, right, which is very easily measurable. So whatever that budget is that number, right? That's factual, that can be measured. But to say that I cannot do something because of that budget, that's not the truth. That's your creation. You are creating that connection, and that is stopping you from your creativity. That is stopping you from your resourcefulness. If you say that I want this, I want a better visibility, I want better marketing, I want better branding, then you figure out a way given the resources that you have, right? So because creates a constraint when there is none, and it stops you from being creative, and it stops you from being resourceful with the resources that you have. Another example is, right, we say I lied to somebody because, right, and you did not lie, you choose to lie because it was convenient. To make it comfortable for you, you add a reason to that. I cheated on my wife because, right, it's so convenient, and we see this all over the place. I could have done this, but I did not do that because I burned out at my previous job because my boss, my company, whatever. We are creating connection, and both of those things could be true. I burned down, that could be a fact, and my boss, my company was like that. That could also be a fact. That could also be the truth. But the connection that you made up with because is only there because you use the word because. It's not there in the real world, right? There is no connection between these two things. Like a tree or a leaf are connected in physical reality. When we use because, we create a connection which is not there in the physical world, which is only there by our speaking the word because. And this has become so much a part of everyday language that we don't even challenge each other, or we don't even stop ourselves, leave alone challenge each other, when we know that the other person is not being fully authentic. We know when people use the word but and because that they don't really mean that. I could have done it, but I was busy. We really know that, right? People are not interested and they are just being nice, and they want to be nice, and because of that they use the word but or because, and we don't challenge them, right? In fact, it would actually help them if we challenge them. If we challenge them, can you be honest about it? It's okay if you don't want to do that, but at least not add up with a but or a because to justify what you're saying. And we get scared that it might become a difficult conversation, so we accept other people's buts and becauses, and we start using that in our own language without realizing what a huge impact that has on our well-being, on our relationships, and most importantly on the results that we produce or do not produce. And I'm talking about this because both of these words take away our choice, right? And as a leader, you always have the choice. And the way I use the word choice, that the way I am talking about is choice is always free. You are always free to choose. You do not choose because of anything. And you do not choose but with conditions. You choose that is absolutely free. That comes out of a place of freedom. Choice is never conditional. Choice is always free. And but and because dilutes the power of our language, dilutes the power of what we want to create in the world, dilutes the power of the relationship, the teamwork, the results that we are producing as a team. And we create all results with language. Especially if you are a leader, you talk, and through that talking, communicating, coordination, everything else flows. And when we use but and because, we end up creating justifications or reasons or stories, not because the justification is the truth or it is real or it is required, but because we do not want to feel uncomfortable by leaving out the because and simply owning our choices. We do not want to feel that discomfort by simply saying, I choose to do this or I choose not to do this. And to make it comfortable for us, we add because. We are tempted to give a justification. And if you can see, especially saying no is difficult to a lot of people. And even when people say no, they follow it up with a because to make it comfortable for themselves. But the word no is a complete sentence in itself. You do not need any because, you do not need any justification after the word no. And by using these two words, but and because, we unconsciously start to believe what we are speaking only in language to feel comfortable. It becomes our reality, and then we create that connection, and we think that that connection is real, like real physical, and we forget that we are the one who made it up. We made it up. And when we choose something, when we choose one direction or the other direction, we never choose that because of anything else or nothing else on the outside. We choose. It is that simple. We choose always from our freedom. Or we do not choose, which is fine as well. But no choice is because of whatever conditions or reasons that you think that were the factors behind your choosing. No choice is because of whatever conditions or reasons that you think made you choose. It is always your free choice, whether you realize it or not, and that is why realizing it is where your power lies. And once again, there is nothing wrong with but because, right? People use it and we can keep on using it. There's nothing wrong with them. The only thing is that it takes away your power as a leader. Both of these words take away your power to produce results. And that is why I'm talking about it, because it is all about results. You want to produce results, and using these two words do not work in relationships, do not work in teams, and they take away your power to maximize the resources, to use your resources more efficiently, and more importantly, they take away your joy, your well-being, your satisfaction, and sucks energy out of any relationship. So try it out. Discover the power of your own choice. Stop using the words but and because. Replace but with and if you are tempted, and take out everything that follows because. Try it out. It will be uncomfortable and you will start experiencing more power in your words. You will start not giving yourself excuses and not allowing others to give you excuses. And you will see how you can choose leadership in such simplest of ways. And if you want to have a conversation about how you are unconsciously choosing or not choosing leadership, how you are using language that is taking you away from your leadership without you even realizing so, then reach out and let's have a conversation, or subscribe and follow here to watch more such videos in the future. Until the next time, keep choosing leadership, keep having fun.